welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm Cheryl, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Hi. Okay, this video is hopefully going to be a short and sweet video that I can upload tonight. It is, I was going to say July 11th, and, I'm out of breath. I just decided I want to do a quick video, so hopefully this is going to be a short and sweet video, but I mean, you never know because I talk a lot, so, There isn't going to be any editing in this. If you watched my video lately, the second from last video, I talked about how I can't afford any editing softwares, so we're just doing this all in one shot. And, we're going to talk about my currently knitting and my currently reading, and I'm also going to do book reviews. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, maybe a knitting project, and let's get started. Let's start with my knitting project, shall we? Because I just feel like talking about my knitting. And then we'll get into the reading. I know some of my OG viewers still enjoy my yarny content because I started my channel off as Knit and Crochet with a Gilmore Girl. It's what my original name of my channel was. Because my last name is Gilmore, so, I was a Gilmore girl long before Lorelai and Rory were invented. But, anyways, I'm just looking at, let's get on with the knitting. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, some of my OGs like the yarny contents. We're going to start with that. And then you can just, stop the video and go on with your life. Okay, but if you're here for reading content, book content, that's coming up. All right, so, I was watching a book, story time. I was watching a BookTube channel called Books Unbound. It's a podcast. And Ariel and Raylene were celebrating their 200th episode. And they gave each other presents. Now, this does have to do with yarny stuff, don't worry. They gave each other presents, and one of the presents that Raylene gave Ariel was a knitted Kindle cover for her Kindle, like a holder, And I thought, oh, that's a really beautiful stitch. I love that. So then I thought, okay, I wonder where it's from. And then she mentioned it was a free pattern, so I looked it up. And I found it, and I was so excited because it was I'm sure it was the exact same pattern she used because it's the same stitch and everything. So I started making it, and then I decided halfway through that it would make a really pretty scarf. So I started making a scarf because last winter I started wearing scarves, and I really liked them, and I want to make a few of them for this winter, so I love this stitch pattern. So again, this is a free pattern. I will link the pattern below, but you will see it as Kindle cover, as the pattern is called. I'm using it for a scarf. I'm using the same amount of stitches and everything. I'm not sure. I think it asked for worsted weight. I'm pretty sure it did. But this is what I've made so far. So the Kindle cover is like up here, and then you fold it down. I decided to make it a scarf. So I've made this much so far. Don't you love that stitch? Those stitches. I mean, it's so beautiful. My yarn is Bernat Premium. Oh, I remembered the colorway, and then I forgot. Something Grand Purple, I think it's called. Grand Purple. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Don't count on it, but I'm pretty sure. It looks gray in the picture, in the camera, and it looks a little bit gray in real life, but it's very much purple. But it's kind of like a grayish purple. And I just thought it was a pretty color for a scarf. So yeah, I'm loving that. So this is a free pattern, so I'll link it below. It's a 4-row repeat. And it's just, I'm using, I think this is a 5mm needle. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving making it. I'm slowly making it, and I just love the drapiness. Like it just, oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. And all it is you do one row. I'll give you the pattern. So it's slip one. You can either slip it purlwise or knitwise, doesn't matter. as long as you do it the same for each row. But you slip one, and then the first row is purl one, knit one to end. The second row is slip one, knit one, purl one to the last 2 stitches, and then knit 2. And the way it does this is on row 3 you repeat row 2, and then on row 4 you repeat row 1. So it's very cute. I love it. I'm really enjoying making it. It's very easy to make. Then I want another scarf, but I wanted a pocket scarf. So I decided to make this one, and I'm not even sure if I like it. The reason being is I'm making it from acrylic yarn, and it's curling on the edges. And I know you can block it, but I've never blocked anything before, and I don't know if I have the supplies to block it properly. And you're not supposed to block acrylic yarn. It doesn't help much. So I don't know what to do. But this is another free pattern. This yarn is Red Heart Comfort, I believe, and I don't remember the colorway. And then this one's Red Heart Comfort in another colorway. So this is the pocket. It will eventually, when I sew it up, go like this and make it into a... Oh, can I do it? Can she do it? Make it into a pocket. And then, whoops, and then this is the rest. Oh, I just turned my camera off. Did it? Okay, it's still working. It's still working. We're okay. We're okay. So, yeah, it's an easy pattern, but look how much it's curling. Like, I don't like that. I don't know. I mean, Enid, if you're watching, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Is it Enid or Enid? I don't know. If you're watching, how do you stop it from curling in acrylic yarn? Like, I don't know how to block acrylic yarn. I've never blocked before, like I said, because I've always used acrylic, and I've never had to block it. So, I don't know what the easiest way to block it is. And, I don't know if it'll help. But I'm making that scarf. Not my favorite pattern. I'm seriously thinking of frogging it and just making another one of these, because I like it better. And then just adding a pocket onto it, like making a pocket and then sewing a pocket onto it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to think about it. I'm thinking, like, if I were to make this one a little bit wider, because you can definitely make it wider, right? But in the gray color, I mean, it's already wide, pretty wide. But if I make it wide, like, I really want a really wide scarf. And I figure I like this stitch count. Like, I love how it looks, these stitches. So, thinking of frogging this. I'm really seriously thinking of frogging this, and then just making the other one. I think I will do that. And then if I want a pocket, I could just make a pocket and sew it onto it. I wonder if I want a pocket with this one too. I'm not sure. I'm still deciding. But that's what I've been working on. Oh, I've also been... Here, let me see if I can get it. I've been crocheting a pillowcase with this yarn. I love this yarn. It's so pretty. Red Heart Comfort again. And I have been... Oh, come on, yarn. Okay. I've been crocheting it. It's a bobbled pillowcase. And I want to make it and then put a pillow form in it. So, I've only done that much so far, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it goes this way, actually. But, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And it's a free pattern as well, so I'll link it. And those are my... And I'm using a 5.25 millimeter hook for that. So those are my yarny projects I've been working on. On to the books. I am currently listening to Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. Really enjoying it. It's worth the hype. I'm currently reading Cold-Blooded Myrtle by Elizabeth C. Bunce. This is a middle grade, really enjoying it, middle grade mystery, Myrtle Hardcastle mystery. I'm thinking I could probably finish it tonight, maybe tomorrow. I do have to bring it back to the library tomorrow, so I'm hoping to finish it by the time I leave the library tomorrow at least. I'm going to stay there for a few hours and just read and knit and just enjoy life. The library is my happy place. I like going there, so really enjoying this so far. I think this is probably my favorite so far of this series. I'm just really enjoying the winter Christmas vibes of it. I know it's July. It's Christmas in July, okay? Yeah, so we'll say that. I'm really enjoying that. And then the book I want to review is one that goes back tomorrow as well. And that is The Good Sister. That says Sally. Ignore this. I'd hate it when they put it on the front. This is The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. This was a kind of a thriller. I'm not sure what genre this would be under. But it, I just read part of it and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, so this book, non-spoilery, is about two sisters. One is telling her about her life, and the other is telling her past, telling about her past mostly in diary form. So they are twin sisters. They are not identical, but they're twin sisters. And one of the sisters, Fern, has autism. And her mother overdosed a few years before, about 10 years before, and her sister practically took over Fern's life. So her sister's name is Lily, I believe, if I remember correctly. Or Rose. Her name was Rose. And Fern kind of is an adult now. She's living on her own for the first time in her life. She basically lives in Rose's shadow. Rose tells her what to do. Rose does this. And Fern kind of decides it's for the best because she does have autism. She doesn't realize, she knows she's not socially adept. Like, she doesn't get the social cues. She realizes that, and she thinks that Rose is doing what sisters do. They do that for their sisters. There's not much more I can say except that during this book, I really enjoyed the autistic rep, because I myself am not fully autistic. I am, I believe, on the spectrum. I have never been diagnosed as that, but I do feel like I am somewhere on the spectrum. My brother is believed to be on the spectrum as well, and I saw a lot of him and me in Fern. What I liked about this book, about Fern's character, is that, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, she gets pregnant. I don't know if that's in the synopsis or not. Yes, it says here, when Rose discovers that she cannot get pregnant, Fern sees her chance to pay her sister back for everything Rose has done for her. So Fern goes and gets pregnant so that she can give her baby to her sister. What I liked about this whole thing was that Fern learns throughout the book how to enjoy life, how to cater her life to what her sensory problems are. I don't like calling them problems. Sensory complications. I don't know what to call them, but her issues with sensory and noises and stuff like that. She meets a man who I absolutely love to death, and he treats her like yes, you're not normal, but I loved you the way you are. And I loved that. I cried a few times. I didn't exactly cry, but I came close to tears because that's what I want in my life. I want a man who will love me for who I am and not criticize me for the things that I can't do and the things that I do differently than other people, mostly with my Tourette's and my mental health. And this book did that so well. I loved it. There was a good thriller part in this book too, but the love story is what got me. The fact that she learns that she can be quote unquote normal without being quote unquote normal, just it brought me such joy, and it was really nice to see her fall in love. And it I'm not going to give away the ending, but there was a twist that I saw coming. I did see the twist coming, but it was still really well done. And there is a thriller aspect in this, and I enjoyed that. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I think I gave it 4 stars or 3 stars. I'm not sure. I think I gave it 3 stars, but I think looking back, I'm going to give it 4 stars because I did really enjoy it. It's not a 5-star read for me, but I did really still enjoy it. And like I said, my favorite part was seeing Fern realize that she can live her life independently and still be in love and still have her issues with her autism and still be treated really well. And the friendship in this with her and another lady was just wonderful. And it's I just love how people treated her like, you know what, you're not worthless because you're different. And I just really like that because a lot in my life I was told that I'm never going to be like other people and I'm never going to be normal. And that really hurt me because when you have a disorder like autism or Tourette's syndrome, speaking of someone with Tourette's, you feel like you're an outsider and the only thing you ever want is to be normal. And I love how these days normal is not exactly normal anymore. And I love that. And back when I was diagnosed, I mean, I always thought I was nuts and crazy. And they sent me to psychiatrists. And, you know, not that psychiatrists are a bad idea, but that Tourette's is not a mental disorder. So I got no help from them from it. But I'm getting off track here. I'm getting all emotional and I don't know what I'm saying. Just read this book. And, you know, there is trigger warning for autism. Not autism, but people treating her different. Her thinking differently of herself with autism is what I'm trying to say. Her thinking that she's not good enough because of her autism. That triggered me quite a bit because that's how I felt a lot growing up. She does grow from it, and she does realize that there are people who love her anyways, and there are people who don't love her anyways, and she's fine with that. And it was really well done. Again, I saw the twist coming, but it was still really well done. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, I recommend. I do want to read more from Sally Hepworth. My friend Jess has read a few of her books, and so I'd like to read more from her. And that's that. I'm going to do some knitting and watch some BookTube. And then I'm going to do some reading. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for my subscribers, for all my subscribers. I have gotten a few new ones lately, so thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It does really help my channel, so if you want to see more of my content about books and knitting and writing and other stuff. I haven't done a lot of writing lately, but subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. God bless you and all you do, guys. Bye.